House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer joins me now. Sir, it's good to have you on. $30 million in bribes, and you have a plan to speak with Biden business partner Devon Archer this week, potentially, who was in on the Ukraine deals, of course. I know you're negotiating that testimony, but do you know what Archer is going to reveal under oath?
Well, we're going to ask him a lot of questions, specifically what role Joe Biden played in trying to help terminate the prosecutor that was investigating Burisma for corruption. We're also going to ask how often Joe Biden was in communication with Mr. Archer. Remember, Mr. Archer not only was on the board of Burisma, he was also in on some other side deals with Hunter Biden. We also want to know what these deals were. What was their objective? Because we have never found a legitimate business. A lot of people have goals of starting a business and certain obstacles happen and the businesses never materialize. And we've seen a lot of Hunter Biden's trials and tribulations, and that could have created a situation where none of those businesses ever materialized. But nonetheless, they received millions and millions of dollars from foreign nationals in at least 6 different countries. So we've just got a lot of questions about where all this money came from, what the purpose of this money was, and what role Joe Biden played in the Biden family influence peddling.
I mean, this is a guy that played golf with President Biden, I should say. Who Biden said he never talked about business with his son. I mean, there's been so many lies about this at this point that everybody knows what this thing really is. I feel like that could be the explosive moment, though. I mean, you get this Burisma guy up there; he's under oath, and that could happen this week.
Right. Yeah, hopefully this week, if not this week, the first of next week. But I think of all the people involved in the Biden orbit, Devon Archer, along with Bobulinski, but Devon Archer knows more about what role Joe Biden played in this. Remember, Joe Biden told the American people he never discussed any of this with his family. And what we've suspected all along on the House Oversight Committee is that Joe Biden was doing things that would create a situation where these foreign nationals would wire money to the Biden shell companies that would then be laundered down to the Biden family members. So we don't believe that the president's son or brother were sharp enough or had the ability to do anything of significant value for these foreign nationals. We believe that Joe Biden did things, especially when he was vice president and in charge of foreign aid.
Yeah. The last time that I heard Jamie Raskin speak was right after you guys met with the FBI, and he stepped outside in front of the cameras and just flatly lied to the American public. He did exactly what Adam Schiff would do all the time, lie about what he had just heard. On Friday, Raskin sent a letter to Chris Wray over at the FBI insisting the information contained in that FD 1023 form, or insisting that I should say, originated with Rudy Giuliani, which we know that is a lie. That's been debunked. What exactly is Jamie Raskin trying to do with that letter? What is he trying to pull?
That's a great question. Look, the FBI told us 4 or 5 times in that briefing that this 1023 form was part of an ongoing investigation. Jamie Raskin walked right out to the press and lied and told him that he didn't recall them saying that. He's also trying to insert Rudy Giuliani into this somehow. This has absolutely nothing to do with Rudy Giuliani. And Raskin knows that, and he continues to say that. He's trying to spin a false narrative, just like the FBI did with the laptop saying it was Russian disinformation. And he's trying to say that the assessment was closed when Bill Barr himself, who Democrats love to quote Bill Barr when he says bad things about Donald Trump, but when he says the truth about Joe Biden, then they act like, he never said anything. Bill Barr himself said that they didn't close that they simply passed the buck to the U.S. attorney in Delaware. But at the end of the day, Rob, nobody has investigated this. The House Oversight Committee is the only entity in the world that is investigating the validity of this bribery claim, and it fits a pattern that we saw in Romania. So all the pieces are there that would suggest that the informant was right in what the oligarch told him about the Bidens taking the bribe.
We just need that. We need that moment under oath. We need that, we need either Bobulinski or Archer in front of there, and it's something that the media, obviously, they won't take it live, but it's going to be very hard for them to run away from that, especially the big three networks. You got to have that moment. Congressman, we appreciate it. We look forward to Devon Archer. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.